We are here in my favorite city, Fort Lauderdale. Captain is pulling out. I'm not going to bother him. Landon. Hey, Landon. Mr. X Deep himself. This is, I think, his studio. What's your name? Ed. All right, so we're pulling out. I actually own this marina. So we're in Lauderdale by the sea. The weather is, let me show you. That's the weather. Captain, introduce yourself. Captain.
What's up, Nick? Nice to meet you.
Captain Nick. We're on his dive boat. Is there a name?
Yeah, Sea Hunter.
We're on the Sea Hunter. And that's it. We're pulling out. We're going to go to 14th Street, which is a little ways from here. And then we're going to be diving in this weather. Right there. So,
Yeah, right, beautiful.
It's
Got
just
a west wind. It's great.
We got a west wind. It's a beautiful day. Seas are probably chilled. I'm literally diving a recreational profile. Open circuit right there, which is weird. My bubbles are going to affect me. Yeah. Feel free to ask any questions. We'll try to answer them. What the Sea Hunter today? I don't know what that means, but we're on the Sea Hunter boat today. So it's a beautiful boat for diving, and it's great. Yes, the weather is absolutely beautiful. Dive plan to probably, what's the depth you think?
75, 80 foot.
Yeah.
Going to Sea Emperor and United Caribbean.
So, little wreck and a reef.
Yep.
So simple, recreational profile, 75 to 80 feet. Just diving nitrox. I'm taking the day off, been working hard at my dive school, Big Blue Swim School in Pembroke Pines, and I messaged Landon, and he said, absolutely, I'm going out. And I said, okay, guess who's joining you? Yes. I think that's a student, right? You're getting certified today?
Yeah.
All right. So this guy is getting certified today. How many, what dive number are you on in your certification? Dive number 3. Excuse me?
We don't count the
No. Open water dive, and that's his instructor, of course. So he's got probably a couple more skills typically. And then you just get to experience maybe on dive 4 or so diving, which is do nothing. Less is better. That's my instruction for you. Don't move your arms, relax and chill. Then you'll be really good. And okay, can't help myself, just enjoying new divers. And so how long will the dive be? I mean, probably 1 hour dives. I'm on an 80. I can dive a really long time at 80 feet on an 80. But, 1 hour profiles, I believe, the standard recreational profile. So we'll be in a I'm not doing any deco today. So whatever my no deco limit will be, which I'm 32%, is pretty good actually. Yeah. That's how long the dives will be. Yes, it's not my student, it's Landon's student. So there's a few other divers that we're picking up at a different marina. That's where we're headed to now. So we're just cruising out. It's beautiful waterways, and you see all these homes, like even these little ones, if you will. The property values are many millions just for the lot. Many millions just for the lot. And there's more and more that people are just tearing down. Oh, check it out. I love these food boats. They've been around a long time, but they're fun.
Thank you, Hungry Dutchman. I appreciate it. Commercial Boulevard Bridge. This is northbound vessel Sea Hunter requesting your 10 o'clock opening.
Yes, it will be very clear waters. We dive in the Gulf Stream generally. The Gulf Stream generally is a south to north flow. Generally, that keeps the water very clear here in South Florida. It also attracts a lot of fish and a lot of bait fish, which attracts a lot of my favorite species, sharks. So yeah, South Florida is loaded with sharks, and I know the myth, oh, that's scary. It's not scary. The bull sharks, do they care? They could care less about us when we're diving underwater. They're
Not at all.
not interested at all. Unfortunately, I wish they would be a little more interested, but they don't care.
No, they run away.
They just veer off, and we just observe them. Hopefully, we all will know not to even swim towards them or chase them, so we actually cannot spook them. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet.
Commercial Boulevard Bridge. This is northbound vessel Sea Hunter requesting your 10 o'clock.
Commercial Captain, stand by, Channel 9, 10 o'clock, next opening.
10-4, stand by, Channel 9.
So that's the general procedure. They open these bridges at certain times, and then he calls to let them know we are wanting to be on his 10 o'clock opening. This is Commercial Boulevard, a very busy road in here in Fort Lauderdale that switches and takes you over to the island. Believe it or not, this is an island. It's the whole South Florida is a barrier island. This is the Intercoastal Waterway that goes a very long way, all the way to past New York. I don't even know, maybe Maine. And that's a good restaurant on the water. So I don't know what time it is now, but at 10 that should open.
9:58.
Oh, here's some cool info. We don't have any depth showing.
Right here. Depth up there.
The
Down
depth
20 foot of water.
20 feet here in the Intercoastal, right here. And man, it's beautiful out. It's just so nice, isn't it? Yeah. There is, man. Any questions for X Deep? You know we're huge fans. He was great contributor at the recent Cozumel Dive Talk outing. We gave away a lot of stuff. I hope we didn't give away more stuff than he even donated, but sometimes we do that, and he's like, whatever. He's super cool. That's Landon. And yeah, it is beautiful. Any gators? No, not out in the ocean. Those would be in the Everglades. There's tons of them out there. I do a lot of biking out there on the levees, and they're everywhere. Yes, and they're in the freshwaters of, like, you know, cave country, and they literally don't even come anywhere near us. So gators typically are pretty harmless as well out there. Let's see. What are our questions? Any questions for us while we're all here? Hey Woody, my dad and I are going back through our 2 cave cert classes and hitting the springs again. Awesome. Because of your channel, that really makes my day. Thank you. Wow, last I was in 97 was 14. Well, welcome back, Justin. Your life will change once again. I can't remember when I didn't dive regularly. I probably, at that point, might as well cease to exist. I don't really know how to do anything else. I just like to be underwater. It's very relaxing. My average sac rate on an 80 in the open ocean, it is really, really low. I'm small. I mean, it's not like a skill. I just never have used a lot of air. It's really low. I'm not going to say what it is because it's low. Because I just go underwater and I actually relax. I'm not trying to get anywhere. There's no, you know, wherever I go. I'm not in a race. I'm not in a hurry. I don't really care. I just want to go underwater, see some pretty fish, dodge the current when I'm on the wreck. I love current. I find it more relaxing because it's stabilizing. A lot of people don't realize that if you use the current as a wall, turn into the current when you're doing something, it's like holding onto a wall. Does that make sense? Like, it's like stabilizing. So the current, to me, makes the dive actually easier if you use it appropriately. And
loved yesterday.
Use it to your advantage. You don't use it to your disadvantage.
Yeah, we had 6 knots yesterday.
It's great. You just get in and go. I mean, let it do what it does, right? And it's less energy because you get to go on a fun ride, and that's cool. What do you like what do I like, open circuit or CCR? I mean, for me, there's not even a comparison. I'm always going to choose CCR. It's just, I'm just here. It was a quick trip, and I really didn't have time to set up. So I'm just like, they were going out. They're doing mostly recreational profile, so I just jumped on an open circuit rig. With my pink Deep 6 regulator is on there. show you. Down there somewhere, right there. I have more of them for bailouts and all that stuff. So yeah. Any plans to do any cold water diving? I have done ice diving. I don't love it. I am from Fort Lauderdale. I do have a full Santee heated undergarment for my dry suit, dry gloves and all that, but it's a lot of work, man. Guess how much work there is to diving here? I jump in the water in my wetsuit and I'm diving. Like, I don't need the work anymore. I'm 58. Like, I'm already past those days of I gotta do this and be radical. Even cave diving, I'm like, I don't slow down. Like, I want to look at the cave. I don't need to be an explorer. I don't need to discover anything new. I'm sort of beyond that. Like, I don't need it in my life. So, chilled. I do love my dry suit though when I'm cave diving. I do. I love the buoyancy control and I love the way it trims out. I can just balance the bubble. So I do love diving in a dry suit, but that really freezing water is just too much for me. Woody, do you know Bob Sherwood? I'm thinking getting certified. I think I do know him. I'm sure he's great. Ever heard of Reunion Island? Coral reefs, fish, and warm water? No, but it sounds great. I believe in aliens too. Well, of course. Yeah, I mean, why would we be the only? I mean, we all know what octopus are. Yeah, so we're going to pick up some other divers. What do you think about the Titan sub? I'm not talking about the Titan sub at all yet. When we talk about the Titan sub, which we will bring experts, first-hand experience experts that know what they're talking about. The one thing Gus and I don't want to ever do is talk about things that we don't know about. I mean, I don't know about a submarine. I don't know how it was tested. I don't know about what pressures would cause an implosion, or there's just so much unknown in my mind that I have no right to talk about it. That's what I'm trying to say on that. I don't have a right. I don't deserve to talk about it. So I'm not. Thank you, Sam, for binge watching us. Gus, he's in Atlanta. So I'm just here in South Florida right now, mainly working at my swim school. So I'm taking the day off to dive. Yes, we're definitely going to have Ed back on the channel. We have to finish the episode with him about the real truth about going hypoxic in a cave. Remember when I cut his O2 off? Are your counter lungs going to collapse before you go hypoxic? Well, that depends on the gas you're using and so forth and so on, but probably no. Awesome. So there's a lot to that, but absolutely, we got to finish that discussion. Oh, fantastic. Great. Enjoy and welcome to safer diving, like I think. If you use it right, it's way more options and you feel way better. I mean, who doesn't want to have a nice 1.2 or 3 the whole dive? You know, it's great. And you really plan your dive on a rebreather. Like, you really control your dive more. I love that. I really do. So, you will not use side mount config, not today. I'm in the open ocean, no reason to side mount. I mean, yeah, not today. I didn't bring all my side mount stuff. So, not today. I'm a believer, and I'm not a believer in it's always better to side mount. It's always better to rebreather dive. It's always better. There's no always in diving. That's ego talking. I believe you use the right tool for the right purpose, of which you are trained on appropriately, and you should always, there is one always, have good trim and buoyancy. In the pool, in your training, in the ocean, you're better off having good trim and buoyancy. You know why? This stuff was made to work better when you're in good trim and buoyancy. Not to mention that I do care about the environment and the planet and the wrecks. And you breathe, your sac rate will drop a lot, tremendously, if you actually will stay in trim. Even slightly head down, slight tinge head down, it's super relaxing. So yeah, I mean, side mount, back mount, it depends what you're doing. There's no always in diving. Doesn't exist. Beautiful homes, that's for sure. More and more of them all over. Yep, so we're cruising up to Pompano. We were in Fort Lauderdale, going up to Pompano, which is a bit north, and then going out the inlet in Pompano. You know, it's a famous lighthouse there. So yeah, I love the Sea Hunt. I love this boat. I love this captain. This is a fast dive boat, by the way. This thing flies, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, super fast.
22, 24 knots.
Yeah, 22, 24 knots on a boat of this size. That's really booking it. What's nice about here in South Florida is once we get out of the inlet, it's really short. I don't know, 15 minutes, probably 20, maybe. It's not far to get to the dive sites. I'll start changing into my wetsuit once we're getting near the inlet / outlet. So it's great. You don't have to go far to dive here, which is awesome. Saves them a lot of gas, saves us long boat rides. So that's cool. What do you think about, yep, I already mentioned the Titan submarine, which I mentioned that I will zero talk about, but I will bring people that actually know what they are talking about, both the science and factually. If you don't have firsthand encounter and you're not some kind of submarine implosion expert, you will not talk about it on our channel. Maybe other channels, but not ours. Which means I can't talk about it because I know zero. How deep are you diving? Up 75, 80 feet. Relaxing. Is there any sharks there? Yes. There are lots of sharks in South Florida, which is awesome. Really a lot of sharks in South Florida because of the Gulf Stream and the nutrients. And you know, the Gulf Stream is close in here. It's really right offshore, so that brings a lot of sharks. And a lot of other life too, not just sharks. Lots of life. Groupers, Goliath groupers, rays, all kinds of pretty reef fish. Keeps the reefs healthy.
Oh, that's it.
Yes.
I like that.
Ever gonna dive in Canada? Maybe.
You're taking a double wing?
It's cold. Woody's not like Mr. Cold Water Diver. So it's hard, you know, I gotta have a purpose. The water is very warm in South Florida. They are getting warmer each year. Some say that's why the hurricanes are spinning up faster. And yeah. Do open water certification. Do I do open water certification classes? Well, Dive Talk is going to be building a huge network of instructors worldwide. We are putting together a platform to do that so that they can do lots of open water classes and bring more people into it. And it's just because, honestly, I love teaching open water, brand new divers. I just don't have the time. I really don't. Time is my limit. That's it. So, cool. When I come to British Columbia, we will look that up. Oh, not cold in St. Lawrence in September. Great. Have to get there. So we'll do that. Yes, we are already working on the international presence. I don't want to announce it all yet, but we're working with a dive agency that we're going to take our, how do I put it? We're going to build a worldwide network of Dive Talk approved instructors worldwide. So that's what's going on. I recently discovered the channel. Thank you. Thank you for binge watching. I hope you learn about diving and, you know, the safety elements, and it's welcoming. Dive Talk wants to say everybody has the right to dive. Everybody. Unless a doctor absolutely tells you you cannot dive, then you can dive. And there are ways to learn. There are different kinds of certifications. If there's some kind of a limit that you think you may have, don't rule yourself out. Yes, I would love to teach you in our rescue class. We'll see when that, if that, and when that happens again. I'm so glad the channel opened your eyes. Does it feel like outer space when diving? I've never been to outer space. I want to go. Some people say the weightlessness does. I know the astronauts train in a pool in NASA in Cape Canaveral that helps them work in a weightless environment. So I guess from that point it does. So yeah. Oh, you like my pink shirt? Thank you for that. Would you ever dive the world-class wreck diving destinations? I have been to Truck Lagoon twice on my rebreather, and I would go back 100 times. So Truck Lagoon, whatever you want to call it, on a rebreather. Warm, not too deep. Some of the wrecks are technical, most of them aren't, meaning they are in recreational depths. It's amazing. They're still like leaking oil from 80, 85 years ago on these wrecks, you know, yes, absolutely love diving Truck Lagoon. And tons of marine life in that bay as well. No, I love my dry suit diving. I don't feel like it takes away the fun. I absolutely love it. For sure when I'm cave diving, any cave that I dive in, I dive dry suit. The Florida caves are 72, Mexico caves are like 76. So for me, that's cold, but I love being on my Sidewinder in a dry suit. I like the additional control that it helps me with trim and buoyancy. I love a dry suit. But in 80 plus degree water, not so much. Oh, they're waving. Let's see who they are. It's a nice family. What's up? They don't know they're on Dive Talk, but yeah, dude. Woohoo! Get it? Yeah. It's funny. Okay, lots of good questions. I'll read a few more here. Yeah, Bikini, World War II capital, amazing. Yep, nuclear testing site, I know, amazing. I love Southeast Asia. If you haven't dove in Indonesia, I know everybody says Australia. I have been lucky enough to dive both extensively. And Australia is, I would rate as good diving. Indonesia, off the chart, beyond exquisite diving. Significantly better than anywhere I've ever dove in Australia. Indonesia, I don't know. If there's a dive god, then the dive god blessed Indonesia. It's just hard to explain how amazing some of the sites are. And Palau has certain sites that are exquisite, really high current, but beautiful. Is it not with RAID? We are, yes, we're developing that worldwide relationship with RAID. It is going to be with RAID. I love their e-learning platform. I believe many of the classes that are being taught can be totally completed online. There's no reason you cannot be nitrox certified online. I've never heard a good why behind why do you have to do the practical in person? None, zero. I mean, that's a long discussion, but absolutely, we're going to do a giant worldwide nitrox class. We could have a few hundred soon in that class. We're working on that. It's safer to be on nitrox. Why would I not want to get everybody easily certified on nitrox? My favorite spot in Indonesia, I love the North Banda Sea, because it's not dove as much, so it's amazing. Yes. I love the North Bondasee. On the Arenui, Arenui. The Arenui liveaboard. It's expensive, but man, is it beautiful. Pretty here. Very nice out there. My favorite spot in the U.S., I can't help it. I grew up diving exactly where we're going today. I literally love South Florida. Jupiter, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, the Keys. It's just really incredible waters and so diverse. We have so many wrecks now off of South Florida. You know, they keep sinking them and the marine life is great. So my favorite spot in the U.S., I'm in it. But I've been diving it since I was 11. So
South Florida is the best spot in the U.S. for diving.
I think so. And the dive operators are amazing. They know what they're doing. There's so many dive shops and so many great experienced recreational and technical instructors. You're looking at one of them, and you know that makes a big difference. They know their reefs. The captains know where to go. They know how to handle the current. South Florida produces some really good divers, and when they go to other places, they tend to kind of stand out. You know, they deal with pretty tricky conditions sometimes. So
Yeah, the jacks jumping.
look at that, everybody.
Yeah.
Look at these jacks jumping. I wonder what they're jumping from.
Probably the mullet.
Run away, jacks. Look at them. See the waters here? You wonder why I love it? They're alive. Their energy, the life is everywhere. We're in the intercoastal, man. Look at this. So cool. And you can dive here year round, by the way, in South Florida. So, you know, people are freezing in February. We're cold. I'm cold, but it's like cold here is like, oh my goodness, it's 60 degrees.
Bottom temp 2 days ago was pretty cold.
Yeah, what was it?
66 at 150.
Oh, that's cold. But that's, you know, technical depths. I mean, what do you think it'll be at 80 today?
High 70s.
Yeah.
The
So,
current lines are still there, high 70s.
Yeah.
low 80s.
so low 80s, high 70s. Yep.
Atlantic Boulevard Bridge. This is northbound vessel Sea Hunter requesting your 1030.
Atlantic Boulevard, roger.
Thank you, sir. Standing by, channel 9.
Yeah, I need that because I need it for my new chest mount Go rebreather. So I was just saying I need it because it can clip the new chest mount on super easy. A new beautiful pink rebreather harness. I wish I could dive, but I heard those with asthma can't dive. No, that is not true. More and more are saying that people with asthma can dive, but you need to check with your doctor. Every single situation is different, but it's not automatically anymore a rule out, is what I've heard. But again, I'm not a doctor, so
It's not an absolute contraindication anymore.
it's not an absolute contraindication anymore. So we're hearing it from a doctor, and I would tell you that, you know, you should definitely, you have to check with your doctor, but don't rule that out. That's all I'm saying. What's the weather like out there? Okay. It's sunny. Probably the high today could be in the upper
92.
90s. Oh, lower 90s. Okay. 92.
Yeah, 92. We got a west wind. Nice, chill breeze. Once we get out into the ocean, it'll be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Right now, we're getting blocked by the buildings.
So the summary is
Breeze is kicking out there today.
Summary is magnificent. That's the weather. Magnificent. Check it out. I mean, what do you think?
They got like a little astroturf dot.
Oh yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
It's good.
What's up, guys?
Check out this golden retriever. He's either going to come running to us or he's about to jump in his pool. I saw him fly by. Let's see. I don't know. He was in a hurry to go somewhere. There he is. Look at him. Oh, he's just playing. 2 puppies, I think. A little poodle and a beautiful, either a golden retriever or golden doodle, maybe. He looks happy. Golden doodle. Beautiful.
They're such happy dogs.
Yeah, they are. Look at that guy.
The golden doodles.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Look at him. Hey, I want to play. I want to play. All these houses are a fortune. Every single one of them. It's all about the property now. So little or big, it's the property is the value.
It's done tasting.
You can dive with asthma. There's other people chiming in. Where do you like diving in the Keys? All over, everywhere. Different wrecks, different reef systems. So,
I want to do the Tortugas.
yeah, they're beautiful. The BVIs are so gorgeous. And I love it because you can navigate yourself in the BVIs super easy because you just, you can rent like one of those boats and you can see the islands visually. I mean, they're not that far when you're navigating most of them. And the beaches are exquisite. Yeah, it's really nice. In the UK, anything over Fahrenheit, over 90 Fahrenheit is warm. Yeah. It'll be nice water temps. Low 80s, upper 70s at bottom. I'm wearing a 5 mil with a hood and vest, but I wear that no matter what. So should be nice. What's today's wreck again?
We're going to the Sea Emperor and the United Caribbean.
Sea Emperor and United Caribbean. There's so many wrecks and reefs out here. I don't know how these guys keep track of all the names of them, but they live here and dive it all the time. But there's so many more than when I was a kid. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so we're waiting on this bridge now.
Now we're going to stop and get ice at the little fuel station.
Okay, cool. So we'll get off, get some ice at the fuel station. What's cool about the waterways here also is there's tons of restaurants on the water all up and down the intercoastal. I mean, for like 100 miles, north and south. You can go all the way down the intercoastal to South Beach, to Miami. I mean, it's just, it's heaven, absolute heaven. Since you're an SSI instructor, what are the specialty courses everyone should take in your opinion? Oh boy, I think nitrox is a no-brainer. I like deep. I think rec is very helpful for your learning, proper navigation techniques through a overhead environment. And it just depends, what kind of diving are you going to do? I keep coming back to that. I mean, there's no absolute. Well, where are you going to dive and what kind of diving are you going to do? And then there's likely a specialty that will help you with that. Hello. So where are you going to dive? What kind of diving are you going to do? It would be the purpose of, would help you define what type of specialty you should take. Yep, we are careful on a wreck, of course. That's part of it, is to learn to avoid rust and nails and things of that nature. That's all part of a wreck class. So you need to be careful. It's not because you may have blood in the water. It's just you don't want to get cut. Blood in the water is a big myth for sharks. I mean, you would have to have, like, I don't even know how. You have to chum it with so much blood. So no, that's not.
They don't even like the smell of our blood.
Yeah, they want fish. They're looking for fish. So no, it has to do with just being careful. Number one, protecting the wreck itself, and because it turns into a reef, and then of course protecting yourself from the rest of the stuff. It comes back to the same thing all diving does: good trim and buoyancy. It's always going to come back to the same message: good trim and buoyancy in all diving matters. I'm going to film underwater today. Yes, I brought a little housing. Do a video where you dive off the water taxi. They drop you off. Yep. Take them a lot, but the water taxis will never let that happen in Fort Lauderdale.
Not at all.
If you did jump off of it, you probably will be banned for life from ever getting on one again. So we won't do that. No, I don't really, in South Florida, no, I don't really get bothered much by jellyfish here. I'm not saying they don't exist. I always wear a full wetsuit. Not everybody does, but I do. And that's one of the reasons I do, just skin protection. So Yeah, it was cool to see Ed gliding on my short the other day. Yeah, I was filming him, and I love when he's upside down on that Sidewinder. And Ed was he's just awesome, man. He dove with everybody, welcomed everybody, encouraged everybody. You know, it was a really great meetup because everybody there was there to help each other. Ocean soul existed. No egos. Nobody's, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. Everybody was just, let's help each other. Let's be a united dive community. My boat's cranking some tunes. Are you going to do an Apple Watch dive review? Yes, Gus and I are going to do that. We just haven't gotten around to it. We are going to do it. At technical depths as well. We're going to take it pretty deep. See what happens. Yes. Good questions today. So I'm just streaming because it's so beautiful out, and there's quite a lot of you on it right now, so you can enjoy this day with me. The Sea Hunt, it's located in Lauderdale by the Sea.
Yeah, the company name's Hydrotherapy Dive Charters. The name of the vessel, Sea Hunter.
Hydrotherapy Dive Charters, highly recommend. Internet presence, if they look it up?
Yeah, we're on Google. There's a few reviews on there. We have a Instagram as well. Everything's pretty new, so it's getting brought up.
There you go.
Brought up to speed, if you will.
Yeah, super experienced captain right here, and yeah, love diving with them.
Attention, Atlantic Boulevard Bridge is preparing to open. Requesting vessels, please remain outside defenders until the bridge is fully raised.
Okay, so the bridge is about to open.
I love this bridge. They're so on point on their time.
Nice. All these bridges have a schedule, and the dive captains know the schedule, and they plan accordingly. Yeah, we could have gone out a different port. You could go out Port Everglades, which is closer, but we're picking people up. And where we're diving is closer to Pompano, so that's why we're cruising this way. See, we're in Pompano Beach now. We've left Fort Lauderdale, and I think Atlantic Bridge is maybe the crossover between the city of Lauderdale by the Sea and Pompano, I think. I think that's...
Yeah, it's kind of right in between Commercial and Atlantic's the line.
Okay.
So this is where Pompano Beach welcomes you. The artwork's beautiful.
It is.
Of
course.
I forget his name, but he's a local artist.
I've seen his stuff all over.
Yep. I'm gonna grab a Red
pretty?
Bull or something.
Oh, I'll take a Gatorade. Gatorade would be nice. Orange or blue?
Hey, that's not too colors.
Orange or blue?
Yeah.
Yep, there's a lot
okay,
of
yeah,
sport fishing here, so that's why you see a swordfish, or that's probably a marlin. Picture of a marlin.
Boulevard Bridge spans are now lowering.
Oh, there's so many places to pull up like this. Everywhere. All over.
I got you, brother.
This is a manatee area. At certain times of the year, there's manatee everywhere, all over the intercoastal. Not right now. It's too warm right now. The manatees like colder water.
Like butter.
Beautiful. Yeah. So this is definitely a manatee area. There's Houston's across the waterway there. That's a nice one right on the water. Do they still do the big annual Divers Ocean cleanup? Yep. Big one in Lauderdale by the Sea, they do. I'm going to be involved in some of them and do some dive talk live there with Gus. We're going to do that. We have a big video coming out Monday. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's continuing with our Tulum, Mexico cave exploration trip. The third release of that is coming Monday. Hello. Somebody's saying hi to me. I'm saying hi back. Our manatee in danger. Yeah.
No Gatorade today, but they got unsweet tea, cranberry grape.
Unsweet tea would be perfect. Thank you so much. Look at that, fam. I'll go unsweet tea. Yeah. Family owned and operated since '74. That's so typical South Florida. These things have been owned and operated by the same people forever. I don't know. Somebody says, is it true that smoking marijuana expands your lung capacity? I don't know, but you would definitely not be diving if you smoked marijuana on a boat. I don't think any captain would let you. So my answer would be, I don't know, and never heard of that. Maybe if there's some medical reason or something, but I don't know. Anyway. Thank you, Brittany. I can't wait to see Monday's release. It's going to be really cool. Gus and I met through a dive shop. We were both at. I think he met me. I think the first class he took with me was my rescue class. He was actually my student. And then he went up through AI with me, assistant instructor, and then he took his first rebreather class with me on his KISS Spirit. And we just bonded from there, kept diving, and he went all the way up through the system to become an instructor, recreational instructor, and then he also became a cave diver. So we did dive talk together. There you go. Some people are answering. You can smoke marijuana and dive. So, like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I can't speak to that at all. Yeah, we bring snacks and so forth and drinks on the boat. We do.
Whatever it is about that fake sugar gives me bad
Beautiful boat.
heartburn.
4 beautiful.
I'm ready, brother.
All right, we're out of here. That'll move. That'll definitely move. My partner has about the same size with
Thanks, man.
450s on the back of his. So. No, we don't teach the cavern class. I don't. I would recommend people that are just far better than me and Gus at that. Doug Ebersol teaches cavern. He's teaching the cavern class today, as a matter of fact. So that'd be one recommendation I would give you, among many others. Cave Adventurers is another one. Medi or Ed, they teach all of that as well. They're all amazing. Or Brian Kakok, if you want to reach out to him over in the Abacos. Hey Jesse, thanks for the warm greeting. Okay, so we're headed out to the outlet to the ocean. Oh no, we're going to the 14th Street Marina. We're going to a different marina now to pick up some other guests. Rusty Hook's been here a while. There it is.
Yeah, Chef Deer is awesome.
Hang out there or inside. Great seafood, fresh fish. Typical looking South Florida old school restaurant on the water. The older school looking ones still remain up here in Pompano like this. It's kind of neat. Very valuable property. Very, 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 very valuable. To have that much dock space. Yeah, a lot like that corner lot, see where they're building, I don't know. It could be $5 to $10 million for the dirt.